All guy, just putting that up there. I just took it off the TV because I'd rather talk 49ers with you. Add Jerry Rice's son to the visit list. Brenden Rice, USC wide receiver. He's going to be paying the 49ers a top 30 visit. I think he's a fringe third round prospect, and I think the media might be pumping up his value a little bit. I think that once NFL teams look at Brenden Rice's tape, it's not bad, but I don't think it's great. I think that you're talking about a fourth or fifth round guy. His best season by far was his most recent one. That's when he first started being taken seriously. He's got slightly above average athletic metrics. I'll tell you what, though, it hurts to watch USC tape just because that offense was so disjointed. I mean, just Caleb Williams running around, Brenden Rice running around, and then they're finding each other on off-schedule plays. Yeah, there's some nice deep passes in there, but there's just no rhythm to it. So it's hard to firmly project somebody like Brenden Rice from the college level to the NFL level, since what USC was doing was so unserious. And I see the plight of the people who are trying to scout Caleb Williams. There's been a lot of that saying, well, I don't know if he can be a timing guy in the NFL because this is just playground football at USC. Thought Lincoln Riley was a big offensive mind. And then you watch USC play football, you almost get scared watching the tape. Anyway, 49ers 53-man roster projection. The rookies fit into this, and that means rookie prospects as well because the 49ers haven't added any rookies yet. But this is in the description, so go ahead and check it out. An early 53-man projection and a look at roster complexion. This is up on The Athletic today. I delve deep into it, and it's not just the spreadsheet. I know you guys have been looking at that as I update that projection, but this is explaining bubble spots. This is talking about who the 49ers might draft into a certain position. I think that the biggest takeaway from everything, once you go through this exercise, is that you'll say, wow, the 49ers have a crowded roster. They still have more free agents to sign, and there are not 10 open spots on this roster to match the number of draft picks that they have. Not everybody's going to make this 53-man. And I'm talking about maybe not even half the guys are going to make the 53-man. That's how crowded of a situation it is. And when that's the case, I don't think that trading picks to consolidate and maybe move up in the draft for a tackle, guard, center, whoever you want in the first round, I don't think that's a bad idea if you're the 49ers. Or trading up elsewhere in the second or the third round to go and grab somebody. I do think that it sets up for this to be a wheeling and dealing draft for San Francisco. So go ahead and check that out. We'll revisit that in a second. I'm up at Shaver Lake, as you can tell right now. But right now, we got to give Huntington Lake the center stage. This was today. And as I talk about football, why don't I show you some Huntington Lake and fly right under the bridge while we're at it, 168 right there. But it is springtime here in the Sierra Nevada. That means that football is still a far way away, but means the draft is coming up. Springtime means that all of this snow that hit California for the second straight year melts and gushes, flows profusely into the lakes, which are all part of the hydroelectric system in California to power the big cities along the coast. So this is water coming out of one of the turbines, and it's going to be moving down toward Shaver Lake through Big Creek, the town that I had lunch in, and I believe I talked about 49ers linebackers in Big Creek the other day. That's water I'll eventually swim in once it warms up a little bit, but right now, this is a lake. We're about to hit Huntington Lake. This is a lake that I swim in. Wasn't about to happen today because there's still ice on top of it, as you'll see. You could see all that snow. You'll see the ice here in a second. Anyway, we're in that time of the year. It's March 21st, so it is the first day of spring. I think for the first day of spring, it was very appropriate for me to film spring starting to happen, except that this year, I think it's going to frost again here, like quite a bit over the weekend. So you may have some of the lake refreeze again. It might be a longer winter than normal, but spring technically is here in the state of California. And that means that we can start preparing for the NFL owners meetings. Those are going to happen on Monday. Then we can start preparing for the draft, which we already are, as we talk about Jerry Rice's son, Brenden Rice, and we can talk about our 49ers 53-man roster projection. That water is cold, as cold as some people's takes about this 49ers free agency period and offseason. Some of those takes were born cold. Here's your look at Huntington Lake right now. Still, so much of it is indeed frozen, but not frozen enough for me to walk on. I mean, that'd be crazy. You'd fall right through that at this point, I would think. But it might refreeze a little bit. Again, this weekend, I think it's going to drop down to close to 0 degrees. That's on Fahrenheit. So we shall see. Anyway, that is a look at what I saw today. Here's a look at what you should read today. This is the 49ers 53-man roster projection up on The Athletic. March Madness is on right now. I get that a lot of people are watching that. I'm going to open this up to a short 49ers Q&A. Somebody's saying that Lincoln Riley might be another Chip Kelly. So you're saying, I don't know what you're saying exactly, because Lincoln Riley hasn't had a lot of success at USC in the Pac-12. Chip Kelly had plenty of success at Oregon. And obviously Chip Kelly tried his hand in the NFL, saw moderate success actually early on with the Philadelphia Eagles, but then it tailed off. Wasn't a good system with the 49ers, that's for sure. Probably never had much of a chance coming in there after Jim Tom Sula. But Lincoln Riley, just when you watch again, Chip Kelly had a sophisticated offense, a revolutionary, groundbreaking offense for the time in college football, running all that read option stuff. Go and put on the USC tape, watch Caleb Williams, watch Brenden Rice, who's scheduled for that visit with the 49ers. And if you're a football aficionado, a play calling kind of guy, like you like watching how coaches set stuff up, and you like timing and you like intricacy, you'll be downright frightened by the USC tape. It's like they're not getting coached. It's crazy. I mean, they have a great athlete and an exciting quarterback in Caleb Williams. They had talent at the receiver positions. We're talking about Brenden Rice today. Those guys were just freewheeling it, though. And it's the opposite of the choreographed, timing-based system that's really big with the 49ers. So the defense was even worse at USC, but it just was a mediocre team. And I've watched quite a bit of them now that I've been watching Brenden Rice since he's on that 30 list for the 49ers. So I don't know about that comparison from Lincoln Riley to Chip Kelly. You guys already know. I talked about Corley yesterday. Deebo Samuel comparisons. I think I even showed you the graph yesterday. Doesn't catch long passes, but is a monster after the catch. And he was an outlier over there in the top left of that graph, similar to where Deebo Samuel would be on that type of graph in the NFL. Now, doing it against NFL guys is different than doing it against the competition at Western Kentucky. But it's one of those things where you have to project forward, and we'll see how the 49ers project forward in this situation. Any update on Blackman? No, he visited the 49ers today, and we await to see who they sign at safety. Now, remember, they also hosted Rayshon Jenkins early in free agency. Rayshon Jenkins ended up signing with Seattle. Now, Rayshon Jenkins is 30 years old, and Seattle gave him a deal worth like $6 or $7 million annually, a super high rate. That was surprising. The 49ers definitely were not interested at that price. Julian Blackman is 25. Justin Simmons is 30. So Blackman has the advantage of age. People worried a little bit about his injury history. He has that torn Achilles, but he's played his best football since the torn Achilles, which I think is important. So the 49ers doing all that intel, doing all that research with Blackman in the building today. I did stay off the ice, tried to stay safe. I am here for you. Just ate a great burger. I should put that up on the show too. I grilled another double cheeseburger. We got people coming over tomorrow night for pizza night. So I'm going to be doing the Neapolitan pizzas on the egg grill. For today, it was 2 nights of double cheeseburgers. And my time in isolation here up in the mountains is soon going to be coming to an end. Matt Calloway points out that Jennings owned Jenkins. Yes, he did. That was back in 2021. Drew the punch from Rayshon Jenkins. Got the 15-yard penalty. Now, Chip Kelly was not successful as an NFL coach, that's for sure. He started off successfully with Philadelphia. There was that stretch there where their offense took the league by storm, but I think the NFL quickly caught up. Smash that like button. When I go to the city from my place, do I drive or take a plane? Well, it depends which place I'm going from. From here, I'm in the Sierra Nevada. I'm in Shaver Lake, so I'll drive. If I'm coming from Nashville, then I got to fly. That would take a really long time to drive. We got somebody from Reedley in the house. I love it. 559. Reedley College, Josh Allen's junior college. So this show is going to be short. I figured about 10 minutes. Be sure to check out the 49ers 53-man roster projection. It is the first one anywhere. I put a lot of work into it. Link is in the description. Your support would be appreciated. So go ahead and check that out. Everybody, take care. Why don't we leave you with a parting shot? Why don't we go back to Huntington Lake to end this show? Bye now.